Hello and welcome to the Young Turks Dream Decade. I'm Shireen Bhan. Over the next 30 minutes, we go on the road to find India's best young entrepreneurial talents. On the Young Turks tutorial, we give a young startup a chance to be mentored by a venture capitalist of his or her choice. And on the YT Buzz, we tell you about everything that's hot and happening in the world of entrepreneurship. Here's a quick glimpse of what we have lined up. Our first guest is a doctor turned entrepreneur. Dr. Badel started Trivitron in 1997 and today it is the largest domestic manufacturer of medical equipment. The company is worth 500 crore rupees and he's hoping to touch 1,000 crores by 2013. Shruti goes on the road to find out what his prescription for success is. From a small village in Tamil Nadu to becoming a game changer in the medical technology space, Dr. GSK Vellu's story is one of passion and courage. Pioneers in manufacturing medical equipment in India, the Trivitron Group is making healthcare affordable for all. Here's how. He's putting India on the global map of medical technology. Manufacturers of medical equipment, Dr. GSK Vellu's Trivitron Healthcare is bringing cost-effective healthcare solutions to India. What started as a trading business to supply medical instruments in 1997, today has become the largest domestic medical technology company with revenues of 500 crore rupees. Offering over 350 premium diagnostic products, medical imaging systems and surgical equipments, Trivitron Healthcare caters to 15 medical specialities. Over the last decade, the Trivitron Group has forayed into healthcare services and has its chain of hospitals, diagnostic and path labs across the world. But what made Dr. Vellu take the entrepreneurial route?
I actually became an entrepreneur at the age of 21 first because I started to get to working by 19. So I had a good experience of having actually felt the nuances and also the fruits of entrepreneurship in the early age for the first 3 years. So when I went into corporate career, it was always lingering in my mind, I have to be an entrepreneur. That's how 97 Trivitron was born, with the concept of generalists for specialists to make healthcare technology affordable to all.
Today, medical device manufacturing as an opportunity has been identified by several entrepreneurs. What is your approach to distinguish yourself from competition?
Medical technology, if you see, it is a very complicated support ecosystem. Particularly, it is a clinical support, engineering support, logistic support, all has to fall in place. And over the past 13 years, Trivitron has perfected it. We now have infrastructure across the country, and also we have presence in Middle East, Africa and South and Southeast Asia. So this over the 13 years we have perfected. We hope that will help us, because in medical technology what is most important is the brand. So I think Trivitron today has been established as a brand which is known for quality and services.
What is the demand for medical equipment in India and how are you helping the end consumer with your tech offering?
If you talk about high-end healthcare, it has been restricted to only the top 20 cities.
Sure.
I think we need to really make the rural India become self-reliant in healthcare. And Trivitron is clearly looking at, in all our product offering, we have a value range and a premium range. Okay. Premium range, we actually collaborate with one of the top multinational company instead of reinventing the wheel. For the value range, we are looking at manufacturing, local innovation, or whatever it takes to make the product available at affordable cost in the rural population and the population which deserves the most.
So what are the kind of things that you're manufacturing?
We manufacture instruments like ultrasound machines, X-ray machines, color Dopplers, diagnostic reagents, ECG machines, Holters, almost all the generic medical equipments. We are now looking at to go into the next level of manufacturing, even things like CT scanners, MRI, on all other high-tech medical devices like implants, then cardiac stents, pacemakers. All this we would like to manufacture in the next 3 to 5 years time in India.
India is not big on tech innovations and you're clearly into the hardware technology space. What are the challenges of doing business here?
The biggest challenge we face today is government still don't recognize us as an industry. Okay. We don't even know whether which ministry is controlling us, whether it is the Ministry of Health or Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers or Ministry of Science and Technology. So we hope at some point of time, like the way Department of Pharmaceuticals was formed under chemicals and fertilizer industry, we have been demanding from the government there should be a Department of Medical Devices which should look at the problems of this industry and start helping us to overcome some of the challenges which we face, like inverse duty structure and fiscal incentives.
Growing 40% year-on-year, Trivitron tied up with Metropolis Diagnostics in 1999 to set up a chain of diagnostic laboratories. With 65 centers across Asia, Middle East and South Africa, Metropolis Healthcare grossed revenues of 250 crore rupees last year. But why choose a partnership model?
The way we went in was, instead of going and everywhere starting on our own, we wanted to do a partnership model of acquiring and rolling up, so that we brought the best of the pathologies under one umbrella in India.
And is it like low cost, or how you...
No, our costs compared to hospitals are much lower, because and ours is not a simple routine laboratory, it's a referral laboratory, and we get over almost 100,000 consultants and over 20,000 hospitals and laboratories who refer samples to us on a regular basis.
In your entrepreneurial career, you've also forged joint ventures like the Alliance Medicorp with Apollo Hospitals. So what has been the rationale there, and how is the positioning different from Metropolis Healthcare?
In Apollo's case, it's very clearly an example of they bring in operational expertise, and Trivitron, through our nephrology, past 23 years we have been in the dialysis industry, and now we are in dental industry. So we bring in the neutrality and the network and technology to the venture.
So are you looking at getting into the value healthcare space?
In all of them will have a value and premium. Ultimately in India, every healthcare player is looking at how to make access and affordability, access with affordability. So that way all our businesses, whether be it Metropolis or Medfort or Alliance or even in Trivitron, we are all finding ways to make healthcare available in an affordable cost.
To make healthcare available and affordable for all, Dr. Velu set up the Trivitron Medical Technology Park in 2010. South Asia's first state-of-the-art medical technology facility, it houses 10 international manufacturers to produce affordable medical equipment. Creating an ecosystem to encourage entrepreneurs, Dr. Velu, in partnership with IIT Madras, also set up the Trivitron Innovation Center last year. So 14 years of Trivitron, what has been the highs and lows of this journey?
Like any business, in fact, if you ask me, in 1999, once we were bankrupt, so we had to start all over again from 2000. Yeah. Then of course crisis, even in 2008 when we had the number 1, 2, 3, since Trivitron was predominantly a trading company first. So then we quickly realized that trading is not going to give us stability. So that's in 2007 onwards, we are now changing our focus into manufacturing our own branded products.
So what will be your strategy going forward? How do you plan to penetrate deeper into the Indian market?
We are looking at both organic and inorganic. In organic, we are trying to do our own innovation and our own manufacturing. Inorganic, we are looking at acquisitions, both US and Europe. Our clear value model is to acquire small and medium-sized company from US and Europe and keep them for US and Europe market, and bring the technology to India to start producing for the emerging market.
What next acquisition will we see? Have you
There are few, I think you will be hearing soon in the at least in the next few months, 2 to 3 months. Yeah. We are in the process of couple of Indian acquisition targets as well as European acquisition targets. We are in the advanced stages.
So no name?
No, not yet.
You're a 500 crore rupee company. What are your growth targets, and is there an IPO on the cards?
At Trivitron, we want to be a 1,000 crore company. We want to double our revenues in the next 24 to 36 months time. That's kind of depending on what inorganic happens. And that's the time we probably will look at an IPO.
You're a serial entrepreneur in the healthcare space, and this sector is being seen as a booming opportunity. What will be your message for emerging entrepreneurs?
You don't have to be from so-called big business family to become successful. Today I came from a poor family. And in fact, the difficulty which we faced over past 14 years, probably even today the younger generation need not have to even face that much of problem, because there is a lot of private equity money available, venture capital is available. So if you have ideas, you have passion, and you know how to deal with people, and you can become an entrepreneur. All
right, Dr. Velu, we wish you the very best, and we hope you reach the 1,000 crore mark pretty soon. Thank you very much for joining us on Young Turks.
Thanks a lot.
Dr. Velu here is wishing you and Trivitron the very best of luck. Time for us to take a break, but when we return, 2 aspiring minds in a conversation with Mukul Singhal of TEF Partners on the Young Turks tutorial.